What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be covering all of the different stages, including the Zero Stamina Challenge difficulty of the Neo COLISEUM KINEMON. Now, this is a sort of a different event from the Neo Clash events, where instead of actually making a brand new raid boss, they've now gone ahead and switched it up in the Colosseum. So, the differences between the regular COLISEUM KINEMON and the brand new Neo COLISEUM KINEMON is the fact that this specific KINEMON is going to be a Psi type unit, different from the previous strength version, and also his special ability is slightly upgraded, where they go ahead and make it so that his orb manipulation will happen at any HP threshold. You don't have to be above 70% anymore to actually get the orb manipulation from KINEMON special, which is actually a really strong upgrade. So this is going to be a very good trend heading into the future, where the Neo COLISEUM units are actually direct upgrades to the previous Colosseum versions. Unlike the raid bosses where they're the same unit with a different color, the Colosseum Neo events are actually buffed units. They're actually exceptionally better than their previous counterparts. But as I said, in this video there's going to be the different teams that I used specifically for myself against the Striker, the Free Spirit, and the Powerhouse version of each of the dungeons, and we're also going to go through the Zero Stamina Challenge difficulty as well. If you guys want to see each of these specific teams in full, make sure to go ahead and click the description to see the timestamps for each of these. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first one of these specific dungeons that we're going to be covering is going to be the Striker version of Neo COLISEUM KINEMON. So the thing about each of these variations are that with the 3 variations, you actually have to verse one of each of the mini bosses on stage 3. So with this specific fight, we always will fight against Ricky on the 3rd stage. Now, Ricky has about 300,000 health, and he'll go ahead and do a preemptive attack that will cut your health by 20%, and any character on your crew that is a strength or a dex character will actually get their special sealed for 10 turns. So I'd highly recommend not to bring red or green characters. On stage 4, we have to verse Crocodile once again with all of the other different variations. Croc has 2.16 million health, and he'll randomly convert your orbs, and he'll also have a debuff protector for 98 turns. On the 2nd attack though, he actually will increase his own attack power. You don't really want to take too many hits from this guy because he has a 10,000 attack power. So with double attack power, he's going to be dealing 20,000 damage to your crew, so make sure to worry about that. But then we talk about KINEMON. So the Striker version of KINEMON has 3.3 million health. He attacks every turn for 8,200 damage. His preemptive attack gives himself a debuff protector. He converts all your orbs into Psi orbs, but if you have any Psi, any meat, any recovery or tandem orbs, they will not be converted, but every other orb is converted into Psi. When you defeat him, he actually recovers with 1.3 million health. He'll actually cut your health in half, and also has a rainbow damage reduction that you have to deal with for 2 turns. So bringing someone to reduce damage or heal, or using this new Leo to actually get around it, is very good. But I'll see you guys in the next variation of COLISEUM KINEMON. Moving on now to the Powerhouse variation of this dungeon. On stage 3, we have to fight one of the other mini-bosses, which is going to be Speed Jiru. Now, Speed Jiru has a bunch of mobs surrounding him, and each of these characters, including Speed Jiru himself, all have a 1-hit good barrier. So you have to hit 1 good before you can deal any damage to these units. Speed Jiru has about 300,000 health, and all of the fodder units have about 20,000 health. Speed Jiru attacks for 4,300. The preemptive attack will also deal a little bit of damage to your crew as well. So that's something to take note of as well. Also on his attack, he's also going to go ahead and cut your health by 30%, as well as do the damage to you. So that's where a lot of his damage comes from. So I'd highly recommend to take down Speed Jiru before taking out the mob characters. Moving on to stage 4, we've got Crocodile once again. Croc has 2.16 million health, 10,000 attack power. He'll actually go ahead and reduce your attack by 70% for 2 turns, and all your orbs are converted to empty. So I'd recommend here to go ahead and tank the 2 hits from Crocodile, and then burst him down once the attack down is actually depleted. Now we move on to KINEMON. KINEMON in this variation has 5 million health. He actually cuts your health by 50%. All of your orbs are converted to Psi orbs, except for recovery and tandem orbs like the previous variation. Also in this variation though, in the Powerhouse one, your captains, both of your captains will be paralyzed and will also receive special seal for 3 turns. So bringing someone like Reiju, who gets rid of both of those, or Daruma here is really good to get rid of both of those, is very, very recommended, although Daruma is only a 2-turn reduction for those effects, so that's something to note as well. Also, under 50%, he actually enrages and stuff like that, so don't get him under 50, and when you kill KINEMON, he actually does 23,000 death damage, so this is why you should bring a very significant damage reducer in the Powerhouse version of this fight, so you can tank that 23,000 hit, and you will not die, and you'll actually complete the run. So that's something that you do need to take note of. You need a damage reducer to tank the death hit from KINEMON. But now we'll move on to the next variation of Neo COLISEUM KINEMON. Moving on now to the Free Spirit variation of Neo COLISEUM KINEMON. On the 3rd stage, we have to come up against Doc Q. Doc Q has 5.2 million health, and he'll attack every 3 turns for 18,000 damage. His preemptive attack will go ahead and randomly paralyze 1 unit on your crew, and it can include your captains, for 5 turns. And also, after the 3rd attack, he'll also do his regular attack, and on the 4th turn, he basically will insta-kill you. So make sure that you do not go ahead and leave him ready to do his 4th attack. You want to kill him before the 4th turn. Stage 4, we've got Crocodile once again. Crocodile in this variation has much less health. He only has 1.3 million health in this variation. Crocodile on stage 4 also has a delay protector, and all of your slots are converted to negative. So that's something that you do need to take note of as well. Do not get Crocodile below 50%, otherwise you will instantly die. So do not get him below 50%. Also, now we move on to KINEMON on stage 5. KINEMON has 3.3 million health, and he'll attack every turn for 8,400 damage. His preemptive attack will cut your health in half, and will also change all your orbs into Psi, Block, or Negative. So that's something that you need to take note of. Bring someone that can manipulate your orbs on stage 4 and on stage 5, because the preemptive attacks of both of these characters on stage 4 and 5 do manipulate your orbs, so you do need to actually bring some good orb manipulators. Timeskip Luffy is quite good though, because negative orbs are treated as beneficial, so that's extremely useful in this fight of the Free Spirit version. Also, when you kill KINEMON, he's going to recover with 690,000 health, and he'll have a damage invalid, so he takes no damage for 3 turns. So this is where Invasion Garp is extremely useful, because when he revives, you can just use your Invasion Garp special, and it will instantly KO KINEMON. You cannot use Sugar because he is not below 20%, but Invasion Garp is the next best thing to actually instantly kill him after he revives. Now we move on to the 0 Stamina Challenge difficulty. Now, I've got to say, guys, this is by far the most difficult piece of content, or one of the most difficult pieces of content in Treasure Cruise. This 0 Stamina COLISEUM event is extremely difficult, because if you guys don't know, you cannot bring any characters in this event that are 51 cost or higher. You cannot bring legends that are 6-star or 6+. You cannot bring treasure mode units, which is a big downfall. Treasure mode units being so powerful and being free to play, it does kind of suck that you cannot bring them. So you are restricted to raid bosses, COLISEUM units, rare recruits that are not legends, of course. So you are very restricted with what you can bring. Now, something to note that when you actually enter this fight, the preemptive attack of the first room will give 21 turn cooldown reduction to any striker type unit. So it is highly, highly suggested that you go ahead and bring a striker based team to take on this event. Or you can bring a zombie team. There are countless zombie teams on YouTube that utilize the Tea Time Chopper with a friend Leo, or you can use a friend anyone else really. Tea Time Chopper is extremely good because it's a powerhouse unit, and you can build a really nice zombie team from that. But I was actually able to beat it with this really cool limited rare recruit Leo that I actually pulled from the recent event that came out today. So if you guys haven't seen the pull video, make sure to go ahead and check that out. But I don't really want to stay too much in discussing this specific event. It's extremely hard, and I mean, you guys can see what's going to happen. Really, it's extremely difficult. All of the bosses have some pretty decent health, and I actually had to reset towards the end of this specific dungeon because I actually did not get any good orbs for me to actually manipulate with my Kanjuro. So that's why I had to reset a couple times to get a couple of orbs on my characters, but overall this team was extremely good. It didn't really have any problems. If there is anything to say about this team is the fact that it is highly recommended that you limit break your squad so that you actually have your cooldowns ready, because squad has a little bit of a higher cooldown than most of the characters on this crew. So I would suggest limit breaking him at least to his first cooldown reduction ability, and that will make it so that you can actually have your squad special when you are against the second last stage Crocodile. You'll see when we get to Crocodile, it's extremely dicey whether or not I'm able to kill him. I did get a little bit of orb luck. Make sure you are getting your orbs on the stage against Doc Q, because when you move on to the stage past Doc Q, your orbs are going to be sealed against that entire room. So you want to try and keep those orbs, take them into Crocodile, and then you'll be good against Crocodile. Get a full board of orbs, or at least some matching orbs, at least one on your Log Kid to do some pretty decent damage. But there aren't that many teams that can take this on that are not zombie teams. Like, you pretty much need limited rare recruit Leo in order to do this without zombieing it. It's extremely difficult to do it. If you are zombieing it, it takes a very long time. It takes like an hour to do, maybe a little bit less, but it does take a very long time to do it. But the rewards for clearing this specific 0 stamina challenge difficulty are quite good. You do get you get 50 attack cotton candy, 50 HP candy, a socket tome, an almighty manual. You get a princess turtle. You obviously get the copy of KINEMON himself as well. And once you clear this 3 times, you do get some very extravagant rewards as well. I actually have only cleared it the once. I was able to record this, get it done. So I'm making this video for you guys now. But that's pretty much all I've really got to say about this. It's an extremely hard piece of content. Don't be disheartened if you can't beat it. As I mentioned, there are plenty of zombie teams on YouTube, but I really wanted to showcase this specific team to people who did get Leo. This was the team that you can use in order to beat it. There were a couple of people in Discords where they were using an unevolved legend Neko as the captain, using their own limited Leo as a sub with a friend Leo. So you still have the 2 Leos on your crew, but you also have the unevolved Neko captain, who is a very, very good captain. 3.75 attack, of course, a lot better than what Leo can provide, but double Leo can still clear it as well very effectively. Unfortunately, this team is not very free-to-play friendly. Obviously, limited Leo and limited Kid, both very hard to get. The only free-to-play unit on this team is COLISEUM Kanjuro, who is pretty easy to beat. But Squad is a pretty old unit, so I'd imagine a lot of people should have Squad if you've been playing for a decently long time. And Nami is, I guess Nami isn't really an old unit, but she's a very, very good unit. Provides delay, gets rid of paralysis, gets rid of special bind. Such a powerful unit to have in your repertoire. But guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video of me taking on all 3, or 4 if you include the challenge difficulty variations of Neo, COLISEUM, KINEMON. And if you guys did enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate it if you leave a like. It always is greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.